Adirondack Trust Company cut its stake in shares of Walt Disney Company, the New York Stock Exchange DIS, by 19.5% in the second quarter, according to its most recent Form 13F filing with the SEC. The fund owned 13,725 shares of the entertainment giant stock, after selling 3,325 shares during the period. Walt Disney Company, the accounts for about 1.2% of Adirondack Trust Company's investment portfolio, making the stock its 23rd biggest holding. Adirondack Trust Company's holdings in Walt Disney Company, the were worth $1,458,000 as of its most recent filing with the SEC. Other hedge funds and other institutional investors also recently modified their holdings of the company. Harwood Advisory Group LLC lifted its position in shares of Walt Disney Company, the by 0.6% in the second quarter. Harwood Advisory Group LLC now owns 2,071 shares of the entertainment giant stock valued at $220,000 after buying an additional 12 shares during the last quarter. Capital Management LLC lifted its position in shares of Walt Disney Company, the by 0.5% in the first quarter. Capital Management LLC now owns 2,690 shares of the entertainment giant stock valued at $305,000 after buying an additional 14 shares during the last quarter. Barton Investment Management lifted its position in shares of Walt Disney Company, the by 0.3% in the first quarter. Barton Investment Management now owns 7,732 shares of the entertainment giant stock valued at $876,000 after buying an additional 20 shares during the last quarter. Sonata Capital Group Incorporated lifted its position in shares of Walt Disney Company, the by 0.7% in the second quarter. Sonata Capital Group Incorporated now owns 2,732 shares of the entertainment giant stock valued at $290,000 after buying an additional 20 shares during the last quarter. Finally, First Capital Advisors Group LLC lifted its position in shares of Walt Disney Company, the by 0.4% in the second quarter. First Capital Advisors Group LLC now owns 6,515 shares of the entertainment giant stock valued at $692,000 after buying an additional 24 shares during the last quarter. 61.38% of the stock is owned by hedge funds and other institutional investors. Walt Disney Company, DIS, opened at 98.31 on Friday. Walt Disney Company has a one-year low of $91.66 and a one-year high of $116.10. The firm has a market capitalization of $151.74 billion, a P/E ratio of 17.44, and a beta of 1.40. The firm's 50-day moving average price is $98.69. And its 200-day moving average price is $104.86. Walt Disney Company, the New York Stock Exchange DIS, last announced its quarterly earnings data on Tuesday, August 8. The entertainment giant reported $1.58 earnings per share, EPS, for the quarter, beating the Zacks consensus estimate of $1.53 by 5 cents. Walt Disney Company, the had a return on equity of 19.69% and a net margin of 16.22%. The firm had revenue of $14.24 billion for the quarter, compared to analysts' expectations of $14.44 billion. During the same period last year, the firm earned $1.62 earnings per share. The company's revenue for the quarter was down 0.3% compared to the same quarter last year. On average, equities analysts anticipate that Walt Disney Company will post $5.78 earnings per share for the current fiscal year. A number of research firms have recently issued reports on DIS. Zacks Investment Research cut Walt Disney Company, the from a hold rating to a sell rating in a research report on Tuesday, July 11. Citigroup Incorporated reaffirmed a neutral rating on shares of Walt Disney Company, in a research report on Thursday, September 28. Barclays plc cut their price objective on Walt Disney Company, from $98 to $94, and set an equal weight rating for the company in a research report on Friday, October 13. Vetra cut Walt Disney Company, from a buy rating to a hold rating, and set a $103.55 price objective for the company in a research report on Monday, August 21. Finally, Wells Fargo & Company reaffirmed a buy rating and issued a $116 price objective on shares of Walt Disney Company, in a research report on Wednesday, September 20. 5 research analysts have rated the stock with a sell rating, 15 have assigned a hold rating, 17 have assigned a buy rating, and 1 has issued a strong buy rating to the company. The company presently has a consensus rating of hold and an average target price of $113.85. In related news, Director Maria Elena Lagomasino acquired 976 shares of Walt Disney Company, the stock in a transaction dated Thursday, August 10. The shares were purchased at an average cost of $102.34 per share, with a total value of $99,883.84. Following the completion of the purchase, the director now owns 7,513 shares of the company's stock, valued at $768,880.42. The transaction was disclosed in a document filed with the SEC, which is available through this link. 0.38% of the stock is currently owned by company insiders. About Walt Disney Company, The Walt Disney Company is an entertainment company. The company operates in 4 business segments: media networks, parks and resorts, studio entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. The media networks segment includes cable and broadcast television networks, television production and distribution operations, domestic television stations, and radio networks and stations.